All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads. And this is meant to be an accountability slash coaching call in support of our webinar series, How to Make $250,000 a Year or More in Real Estate. You can get all of those recording sessions and detailed write-ups and everything. If you go to listings2leads.com/250, just like you see it right there, listings2leads.com/250. And you're going to see the sign up here for the next live calls that we do. But then here, starting with session one, all the way down are the detailed write-ups and recorded sessions at the bottom of each one of these posts here. And you're going to see it set up where session one is the overview. That's going to give you the main bread and butter of the overall plan of how to make $250,000 a year or more in real estate. And then starting with session two, we get into it. All right. So from session two through session eight, there are 7 total playbooks. All right. And each playbook is a unique way to generate buyer leads, seller leads, engaging, conversion, branding. All right. So every one of these playbooks can help generate buyer leads, seller leads, engagement, conversion, and branding. And what I like to do is focus on playbook one, option one, which is for your coming soon, just listed and active listings, all right, listings that are for sale, and playbook one, option two, which are open houses. If you can do, you should be doing playbook one every single week, whether it's your listing or a listing that you borrow. And so if I click here, playbook one, option one, you're going to see here within a week of doing this, whether it's your listing or a listing that you borrow with permission, talk to your broker if you don't know how to borrow a listing. But every week you should be marketing either a new listing or a new listing status, whether it's your listing or borrowed. If you can do that, you will be on your way to generating enough leads that you need to grow your business. And the other playbooks 2 through 7, really 2 through 5, but 2 through 7 will become a lot easier. All right. So what I'd really recommend for everybody and what I'd really like you to focus on is nailing down either playbook one, option one, playbook one, option two, but get this so that you can do it every single week, right? At a very high level. Then you can move to playbooks 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And really layer on some amazing buyer and seller lead generation. All right. So everything that we're going to be focusing on today, right, for the most part, unless you've got specific questions on something else, is really to make sure you are getting through the entire playbook 1-1 or 1-2 for your active listings. Does that make sense for everybody? So if you are not a client, go to listings2leads.com and sign up for your free trial. If you are a client, go ahead and log in and let's go to the listing tab. So click on listings and we are here. Now, again, every single week, you should have either a brand new listing. All right. And that could be a new listing to market, a new listing for you to market. It doesn't matter. You could, if you don't have any new listings or new listing statuses for this week, borrow a listing, even if it's been on the market for 2.5, 3 months, it really doesn't matter. I've had clients take a listing that was on the market for 6 months, hasn't had any showings in over 2 months, and generate, man, I think she actually generated 4 buyer leads that she was working with, right, from that listing. Absolutely awesome, right? And you can generate seller leads from marketing for sale listings, no problem. We just had a client last couple of weeks ago in the mastermind group, right, was marketing a for sale listing and got a come list me call. All right. So what I want everyone to kind of keep in mind here is when we are marketing a for sale listing with the tools and listings to leads, you are going to generate listings. You're going to generate buyers. All right. So that's why it's super important. That's why I always kind of harp on the fact of every week, get either a new listing or a new listing, like a new listing status, yours or borrowed, to market. Because if you can do that with our playbook, all right, if you can go through the playbook every week, just playbook one is going to really help you grow your business a lot. Right. So anybody have any questions on when I say a brand new listing or a new listing status every week? Is everybody here clear on that? Wow, a lot more people on this call. Good to see everybody. Thank you for joining us today. But I, put it in the question, type in the questions, yes or no, whether you get that first concept. All right. So every week you should know already, it's already Monday. All right. Or Tuesday, actually. We were off yesterday, but you should know every week what listing am I marketing. Now, if you got 3 or 4 or 5 listings and you want to do all of them, more power to you. That is absolutely awesome. All right. But at a minimum, every single week, if you don't have a new listing or a listing you have hasn't changed status, you better go find one to market. All right. Go find a listing. I would try to make sure it's in a good area. By good area, what I mean is an area that that you work in, so that you want to generate buyer leads for, that you want to get listings in. So don't go borrow a listing that's way on left field somewhere that you've got no experience or desire to work in. But I am sure that most of you, 99% of you, are going to be able to find a listing that you can borrow, right? Talk to your broker. If you're not sure how to borrow a listing, if you're not sure how to do that, you go talk to your broker. I think your broker is going to be pretty excited that you're being proactive, right? And finding ways to market to generate buyer and seller leads. So don't be shy about going to your broker and saying, listen, I'm using this tool, Listings to Leads, but I don't have any listings to market. I'd love to be able to market a listing so I can generate some lead. Can you walk me through the best way to do that in our office? And your broker is going to absolutely love you for being proactive and helping grow your own business. So someone says here, doesn't LDL only allow up to 10 listings unless you're farming a market? Well, you can upgrade your account to be able to market up to 30 or 40 200 listings. But yeah, if you're just starting, you don't need to borrow more than a couple of listings at a time, really. All right. Unless you really got it dialed in and you really know what you're doing. But in the beginning, right, what I would recommend always is trying to do an open house, right? Open houses are always the best way to generate some really good buyer leads and really good seller leads, because it's an activity that's in the local market. And so it gives you more opportunity to rub shoulders, to get face to face with people versus just marketing a listing that is not having an open house. So where possible, 100% of the time, and even when I was an agent, open houses are just the easiest, fastest, and best way to generate both buyer leads and seller leads. All right. So if you've got a listing that's in your account, all right. So if I get a listing here, for example, let's say 15 Ambient Way in Granite Bay, to add an open house, just click the open house. And I will say get an open house on Sunday I'll change 1 to 2, from 2 to 4 p.m., add open house. And what that's going to do is that's going to flip all the tools for that listing from what was coming soon, just listed, or active. And now everything is going to flip to open house. All right. Let that cycle up, and then what we'll do is we'll download the playbook. So give it a second here. Sorry, my internet's being a little bit slow. All right, there you can see it's going to reset. All right, so 15 Ambient Way. Now we've got an open house. And you're going to see the playbook right here under every listing, playbook 1-1, playbook 1-1, playbook 1-2. For my pending listing, it's playbook 2. All right, sold is playbook 2. But today we're going to focus on 1-1 and 1-2. So let's go ahead and open up the playbook. What that's going to do, that's just going to download it to my computer. Let's open it up. And all right, awesome. So here is the playbook. All right. What I highly recommend is print this up and keep it with your computer. All right. Keep it on your office desk, keep it in your computer bag, whatever you want to do. And I really think the beauty of this piece of paper is to serve as a gentle reminder where you're at in getting these things done. All right. Eventually you want to be able to get most of this done in about literally like 15 minutes. Really. All right. It really shouldn't take that long to get this done. Now there's a couple of areas in here that's going to take a little bit longer, but of course the return on your investment is going to be pretty huge. So let's just take a look at this list here, right? We have Facebook ads. So we'll do that. We got Google ads, which you'll see here are optional. We got a social media post. We got the social media post for the seller and also the e-flyer for the seller that we're going to do. We got the e-flyer for database that will get done. We got the nearby homeowner letter, postcard, and door hanger, which we'll talk about. And I'll also talk you through the call same homes as above. We got your short form video script that you're going to be doing. And then if it's your listing, the sign writer on the yard sign and then the listing flyers as well. All right. If you are not familiar with why you would do any one of these things, you can refer back to listingtoleads.com/250. All right. Watch session 2 for how to do coming soon, just listed or active, or watch session 3 for open houses. And that gets into the minutia and the details for every single one of these items. All right. Recorded webinar is there. The complete write-up is there on all of these. Let's go back into my listings to leads. And for that open house right here, click on market listing. And everything on that piece of paper, everything on that PDF playbook, exact same order right here, right? We land on the overview. So the overview here is just going to walk us through, kind of the highlights of this, right? All the buyer leads we should be able to generate, all the seller leads, right? Next 7 days for a couple of $100 maximum, right? So that little video is just going to walk you through. If you haven't watched the entire video before, it's worth the watch once in a while. You'll also see the access to the detailed write-up and recording right here where it says view. So if you get to the overview and you're like, wait a second, what am I doing? Just click on the green view button, right? There we go. Open house marketing, playbook 1, option 2. And we should be able to generate between 42 and 140 leads. I'm going to walk you through the pre-open house marketing. So the first thing we're up to do is the Facebook and Instagram ads. So if I come back into listings to lead, Facebook and Instagram, Charla and or Doug, are you good with how to get to the playlist or the playbook PDF? So Facebook and Instagram, all you got to do is confirm your location. We autofill that. We got the special housing ad category, 15-mile radius. You can increase your budget. You can play around with your start and end dates. I could even add a video here. And here's the best thing for all you EXP. We don't charge $30 on top of your ad spend as a service charge. 100% of your budget goes to the ad. All right. We are not charging a 30% split or whatever on top of your budget. So everything you spend for your budget goes to the ad, right? So right. It's so easy. And all of these leads by default, name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame, right? So every lead I generate from this Facebook or Instagram ad is going to have name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame. There's nothing you need to do. Now, all you have to do is click the create ad button, but it will show you real quickly a couple of things. One, if you had a video here, or if you had a video for this listing, click change image video. And you can either click here to upload your video, or I'll show you here. I think I've got a video. Oh, my files, video. So let's say that's my property video for this listing, and I want to put that video in the ad itself. Totally do that. Not a problem. So you can see right there, it's going to cycle through. It's talking to Facebook right now to the API. Boom. There's the video. All you have to do is click the green create ad button and you're off and running. So I'm not sure if there's an easier way to do a Facebook ad that is going to generate name, email, and phone number plus purchase time frame that doesn't take 30% of your budget as a service fee. All right. That makes sense for everybody. So now here's the thing. This is going to generate quite a few leads for me. And you should call We had a client a couple of weeks ago in the mastermind group did an ad and generated 15 leads overnight, called them all back, and is already working with two of them. All right. Two of those people as buyers. Now, I could sit here and blow smoke up everybody's butt about how, that's kind of standard and typical, but it's not. All right. Facebook leads, if we go back to the PDF guide, there we go. So when we look at that PDF that we created, right? That download that we did a little earlier, notice amount of leads, right? You're going to generate a fair number of leads from doing a Facebook ad, but notice the hot cold indicator. That sun is barely peeking out. So some of these Facebook leads are going to pop. All right. They're going to pop pretty quickly. You're going to be excited. You got a phone call. You got a phone. You followed up right away. You had a good script, either the ones that we provide you in the lead notification emails, or you got your own script, right? So, call them back as quickly as possible. We hear all the time people are working with Facebook and Instagram leads, right, within a pretty quick time frame. But as a general rule, right, these Facebook and Instagram leads are a little bit further down the path, right? These are, we got tools for that. That's fine, but they're more of a follow-up kind of a game. So this is kind of what happens, I think, to a lot of people. They get their Facebook ad going, they see some leads coming in, and they go, this is so awesome, right? And then they go, I don't think I need to worry about doing anything else because I have all these leads coming from my Facebook ads. And then they drop the ball on some of these other tools that are actually higher quality leads as a rule. All right. So I want you to kind of remember that. Don't fall into the trap of like, oh, wow, my Facebook ads are generating all these leads. And so I'm going to stop doing other things. That is the worst thing that can happen. All right. Are some of these leads that you're generating for Facebook going to pop and start talking to you and work with you in the next 7 days, right? Or next 24 hours? It happens, right? Of course it happens. Any vendor can blow up any anecdotal occurrence and make it seem like that's a standard fare. A lot of vendors do that, but I just want you to understand, right? The Facebook social media leads that are absolutely cold, that have never heard of you before, are probably not the hottest leads, but they're awesome because if you've got good follow-up, right? And we've got the good follow-up for you. I don't care if you're using KV Core or Boomtown or Follow Up Boss. The tools that we have for follow-up can be used in all of those platforms. All right. So if your follow-up is not at a high level, that's fine, because all the things that we do in this playbook are going to convert your follow-up into, right, a higher engagement and a higher conversion follow-up. So Peter says, what do you mean by call same homes as above? Hold that thought, Peter. I will for sure get to that in a few minutes here. So coming back here, we did the Facebook and Instagram ads. Google, I'm not even going to talk about in this call today because we do not recommend running Google ads for individual listings. All right. As you see here, when I land on Google Ad Workspace, under links, it says custom link IDX. And so it's an add-on service with listings leads, and it's an extra $30 a month. And what we recommend here, if you're going to use it, is to grab your IDX link. In this case, for Granite Bay Homes for Sale, just drop it in here. And then similar to Facebook, Instagram, you got your budget that you can play around with, your start and end date, and you have a lot of advanced options. And so it's an easy, great way to run Google ads, but I don't recommend running Google ads for a unique listing, just because nobody really goes to Google searching a property address, right? When a buyer goes to Google, they're going to type in Granite Bay Homes for Sale, and that's where we want the IDX link to come up. All right. You can get us more information on that. Next up is the social media post. No, that's a nice thing, right? Your social media post will get up to social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. If you went through the startup wizard when you signed up for Listings to Leads or anytime since then, auto posting should be already done, right? So when I have a new listing or if I have an open house, that is going to auto post automatically for me. So there's nothing I need to do. Now, if you come in here, you can always click post now, right? And that'll post up to your social media. And I can see previous postings here by clicking here. And someone said, for an open house, I would definitely start the ad today at the latest, right? Now, I say that there are some people that will actually run ads for 3 days at a time and they swear by that, right? They go, yeah, instead of spending $35, $5 a day over 7 days, spend that $35 from like Thursday night through Sunday through the open house, right? So Thursday to Friday is one day, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday. So there are some people that would say, I'm going to run my ad, and I could set up the ad. And excuse me, everyone, if I'm kind of bobbing back and forth, but that's kind of the nature of this call, right? Again, more of an accountability / kind of a coaching call here. So there will be a little bit more bouncing around. But to answer that question, when I'm in create ad for Facebook and Instagram, I can say, you know what, start this ad on Thursday at, let's just say 12:30, right? Around noon, and end it on Sunday, right? The day of my open house at, let's just say 3:30. If they haven't seen the ad and gotten there by 3:30, does that make sense to everybody? So, even though it's Tuesday at like 10:24 a.m. California time, I can still say, hey, run my ad from Thursday to Sunday after the open house. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. But let's get back to the stuff for the seller. Please don't skip this. All right. Please don't skip this. This is one of those tools that when people finally get around to doing it, if they haven't done it in the past, they always tend to kick themselves in the head for not having done it in the, previously. All right. This awesome leads, right? The leads that you're going to generate from this are from the seller's sphere of influence. So all of these people know somebody using you, right? I.e. the seller. This is a tool for listing agents only. So if this is a listing that you're going to borrow, these two tools won't even be active for you. All right. So we'll actually turn these off if you're going to borrow the listing. But if you're the listing agent, make sure you are using these two tools. And all you have to do, click the green send a seller button, make sure the seller's email address is there, the salutation, and click save or send as appropriate. And what that's going to do is that's going to send the seller an email that looks like this for them to take and post on their Facebook page, really promoting you as their listing agent who's doing all this great marketing. And you're going to see here the e-flyer for the seller. Again, this is something for the seller to share via email. And we even give you a script. So if you go back to listingtoleads.com/250, and if I go to the open house marketing playbook, and if I scroll down, right, seller, right here, seller social media post and e-flyer, we even give you the script, right, to use. So again, always remember, listingtoleads.com/250 is like the jumping off point for all of these playbooks, right? Again, listingtoleads.com/250. And if you've got a coming soon, just this or active listing, right, you'd click option 1. And if it's an open house, option 2, right? And either one of these that I click is going to have the detail as if we were sitting next to each other. And all of these items are in the same order as they are in your Listings to Leads account. And so it's kind of cool because, and I go through this about once a month and I just reread it. Does it make sense? Have we added anything? Could I make this more clear? And so there's even scripts in here for you so that you're not sitting there left to your own devices on how to do something, right? And yeah, so Leo, if you've got a listing and the e-flyer is grayed out, it's because you've checked that you're the showing agent, right? So if you have that you are the showing agent checked, then it will. So if I go back into listings to leads, and if you go to edit, watch this. So if I do, I'm a showing agent and I save that and I go back to market listing, notice that's grayed out. That's grayed out, right? The YouTube listing, there's a few things that are grayed out because I'm the showing agent, but I'm not, I'm the listing agent. So I'm going to uncheck that. And now when I go back here, everything is active for me again, right? So the nearby homeowner letter, postcard, door hanger, call, same as above. All right. So if we go back to that checklist, nearby homeowner letter. So this letter, right? And you can use the postcard, you can use the door hanger. It doesn't really matter, right? If you're focused on it, if determining which one of those three you're going to use caused you to not do it, it doesn't matter because you're not going to do it. So the letter is fine. The postcard is awesome. The door hanger, whichever one of the three you're going to use it. But the call, same homes as above. Let's go back to the playbook. All right. Again, right. We're at listingstoleads.com/250. And I am doing let's go back to the one for open house. So here's the write up. That's still coming soon. All right. So back at listingstoleads.com/250, open house marketing. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to scroll down to the nearby homeowner letter. All right. So these are all in order, Facebook and Instagram. Make sure your follow up is automated. Social media post, the social media post, the e-flyer for the seller. And then next up is the nearby homeowner letter. So here's the deal on the nearby homeowner letter. You can either mail them out or door knock, or you can even, or door drop. All right. The first key is to get 100 of these letters, postcards, or door hangers to the homes around that listing. All right. That's like the first hurdle. Get them to the people. All right. Again, I love door knocking. I'm cheap. So you could literally print that letter, that nearby homeowner letter. You could literally print that thing today and you could drive to the listing and you could walk that neighborhood probably in like 30 to 45 minutes and start getting a couple of phone calls within 6 to 8 hours. That happens. That completely and totally happens. All right. So that's one way of doing it. All right. And I put mail, but again, mail, door knock, door drop, the letter, the postcard, the door hanger. I don't really care. Just get one of those three items to 100 homes around that listing. You will most likely, all right, there's no absolutes. There are no guarantees. You will most likely get a couple of phone calls from that. All right. So that's great. That's level one. That's pro level. But if you want to get up to gold level or platinum level, right? You want to get to like the bonus round. That's where it gets a little bit more, I don't want to say complicated, because I think once you do this once, you're going to see how really easy it is. But so if we scroll down a little bit here, all right, here we go. Peter, got this? Mail and call the same homes for mind-blowing, easy, great results. So let's talk through this real quickly. And let me assuage, is that the right word? Did I pronounce that right? Let me ally, hopefully, your fears. One, it's actually pretty easy. Two, with the script we give you, it actually becomes even easier. So the idea is you're using, if you got a dialer, like anybody here using Mojo, anybody here using any kind of like Mojo, RedX, Prospect Boss, My Plus Leads, or any kind of dialer? Let's see how many people here use a dialer. So Michelle, excuse me. So RedX, awesome. All right, Leo, what are you using? So you get the expired numbers. Okay. And then are you calling like from your cell phone or something or what? Okay. You hand out from your cell. Okay. Yeah, totally fair. That is absolutely fair enough. You're doing something. All right. So the idea is that you would pull a list. So you can use Mojo to pull a list. I can use Redx to pull a list. I can use Batch Leads, PropStream, MyPlus Leads, right? There are a number of sources where I can get data. And so the idea is I would go in and I would pull 100 homes are on my listing that are not on the do not call list. So I go into Mojo and I, put in my address and I pull, let's say, I'm going to pull 150 homes, right? And I'm going to skip trace them. And I want to get to a list of around 100 people where I've got a mailing address and I've got a phone number that is not on the do not call. Because then, and this is what the other clients have done, I'm going to still door knock, mail, door drop the letter post on a door hanger, right? So I'm still going to get that direct mail piece to the 100 homes that are on this list that I just created, right? Then whether I hand dial off my cell phone or I load it into Mojo, Redx, Prospect Boss, MyPlus Leads, I'm going to load it into my dialer and I'm going to call these same homes with the script right here in the same post, right? So we got a script for you. So that way, when you're calling these homes that you've already either mailed or door knocked, that you are now having a great script that is essentially like a do not call. Essentially a did you get kind of a script, right? That is you talking to these homeowners, right? Related to a property right near them. So really, you don't have to do the calling, but I want you all to be operating at a high level. This is what I want. All right. You can use those, those coaches or, those people that you see on Instagram. You can grow your business without doing open houses. You can grow your business without cold calling. You can do anything without having to do anything, right? That would be awesome. That would be so awesome if I could do everything in life I wanted without having to do anything. But if you want to operate your business at a really high level, it doesn't have to be, if you're in the beginning, if you're a single agent, you don't have the budget to hire someone to do this, then you're going to do it yourself and you're going to get really good at it so that when you do hire someone to do this, you got it nailed down as far as what the process is. So now they can do it, right, at $20 an hour or however much you're going to pay them. Why you do higher income producing activities, but someone should be doing this because this is one of the best ways to talk to people. We are salespeople, right? If you wanted to be an ad expert VA and just want to do Facebook ads for agents, then that's one thing that you could do. But if you're trying to be a professional agent, real estate professional, the idea of talking to people, right, is where we need to be at. And so by mailing something, right, by getting either the letter, the postcard, or the door hanger to these homeowners, right, is like I said, if that's all you do, that's great. That's going to be fabulous. But when you layer on that call, right, to those same homes, that's when it becomes mind-blowingly good because now you're having calls with people, all right, related, about a property in their area. Does that make sense for everybody? Let me know if that makes sense for everybody. So I don't want you to get intimidated, right? So if the idea, let's go back to the listings here. If the idea of, well, I got to pull a list and then I got to skip trace it and then I got to call, if that's going to slow you down, then don't worry about it. Just get the letters out there. All right. Well, like worst case scenario, I know some of you, man, I know we got a winter storm coming through. So I know a lot of you are not just go door knocking when there's 10 below zero in a lot of the country right now. So mail them. And if you don't have the budget, then you're stuck inside, right? Print up 100, get your basic mailing list, right? And handwrite those envelopes, which are going to be stuck inside for a few hours and get them out the door, right? If you've got the ability to door knock, then do that. But these letters in the hands of homeowners who are on that listing is like catnip for listing leads. And that's really what I want you to focus on. All right. So getting the letter to the homeowners, that's a B plus. You're already ahead of most agents in the industry if you can just get this letter or the postcard or the door hanger to the homeowners, and you get an A plus if you do the call on top of it. Now, why does this letter generate? In fact, let's actually download it. And now this was the listing that I just had. I just set up the open house for. Right. Remember a little bit earlier in this call, I set up an open house for this listing. And so here's that letter. Just want to let you know that we're having an open house at, right, here's the address. They get more information by going to that URL or sending a text, and then let them know when the home is sold, it's going to affect their home value, and they can go to that URL. This was created automatically. All right. All I've got to do is either print mail or print and door knock. I mean, it's literally that easy. Now, again, click print mail here. And same with the postcards and the door hangers. Now, the door hangers, obviously, you'd have those mailed to you, but I can either come in here and create and buy a list, right? So radius 1 mile, owner, single family home dwelling that they've owned the home for 6 or more years. I want 100. And I want to do first class mail, da, 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 da. I can submit my order right here. So I can do all the mailing right from Listings to Leads. Super easy to do, right? But like I said, I like the idea of layering on top of that, layering on a phone call to the same homes I'm going to mail. How do you get the phone number to call them? That's when that's right. So when I'm using a program like RedX, Mojo, My Plus Leads, and when you do the skip tracing, that's normally when you get the phone numbers, right? I use Bats Leads and PropStream as well. So, you gotta have a access to a program like one of those where you can get that data. And so, yeah, so Linda's asking about the idea of the 3 times. So yeah, so think about this. And I want you to just kind of visualize. I want everyone to kind of like try to visualize what I'm going to role play through here. All right. So you're the homeowners and I'm the agent. And so I mail a letter and I call you. And let's go back into the write-up here. All right. So listingstoleads.com/250. I clicked on playbook for open house. And I scroll down to the part here about the nearby homeowner letter and the phone calls. So what do you think about this? The first time as a homeowner that you get my letter and I call you, all right? So I call you up and you answer the phone and I say something, yeah, hi, this is Scott Pierce of the LDL Realty. And just want to let you know that 5530 Douglas Boulevard, we're having an open house this weekend. I see some information. Just want to make sure you got that, right? You're probably going to respond as a homeowner. I'm sorry, who are you? Oh yeah, that house. Okay, great. Not interested in talking. Thank you very much. And you hang up with them. All right. And that is totally fine because on that first call, so many people blow apart the first call when really what I want you to be thinking about that first call is to leave that call with them not going to ghost you the second time you call them. All right. And I hope I explained that. I hope you kind of get what I'm trying to convey here which is when you call them the first time and you got a good script, you're going to have some good calls with people, but obviously a lot of people are going to be like, who the hell is this calling me up? Why are they calling me? Okay, great. It's for a house down the street. Okay, that's fine. Now, when I call them back a second time, like a month or 2 later, when the listing goes pending, or maybe only a couple of weeks later, right? Now, again, I only mailed 100 homes. I'm not mailing 500 homes. I'm not mailing 1,000. If you can handle more than 100, go for it. But that's why I'm doing smaller chunks 3 times. Because now the second time I call that person, yeah, hi, this is Scott Pierce with Elder Realty. I want to let you know that 5530 Douglas is now pending. Now they're going in their mind, isn't this the guy that called me like last month about that same listing down the street? Oh, now it's pending. Right now, that conversation is likely going to be a little bit better because they're going to be interested in the fact that, oh, it's now pending. right? Oh, it's a contract, it's pending, it's active contingent. That's movement on that property. And they kind of remember back when you called them earlier, maybe left a voicemail. Oh, this is that same guy that called me last month about that home. Better conversations. And then the third time you call them, right, when it's sold, that even gets better because now they're going to be like, oh, wow, the property's sold. I remember this guy called me a couple of times in the past. He didn't try to, corner me into when am I going to sell my house? He didn't try to corner me into, do I know anyone looking to sell in the neighborhood? Right. He didn't high pressure sales me so that when I call back the second or third time, they are much more open to having a real conversation with me. Does that make sense for everybody? So especially that first time you call somebody, what I want to add value, right? Which we're doing. We sent something that's related to a property right near them. We're calling them with information on a property right near them. So we're adding value, right? But at the same time, we can't be like a bull in the china shop and ruin what could be a very good relationship with someone just because we have that mindset of the first phone call of, if I don't get an appointment, it's a waste of time. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. All right. Because if you've got it in your mind that you're going to call these same people 3 times, right? Open house, pending, just sold, right? Just listed, pending, just sold, right? Coming soon, pending, just sold. Does that make sense for everybody? So when you have that kind of plan ahead of time, now the first time I call somebody up, I don't have to feel the stress and the pressure of, either I convert on the first phone call or I don't. And that's a hard task, right? That is a super hard task to have this mindset of like, I'm going to cold call somebody into an appointment. Man, you're more likely to convert a Facebook lead than a cold call into an appointment lead. All right. But if you got that mentality and you know what you're going to do ahead of time of, you're, now you're not going to tell them, oh, I'm going to call you a second time and a third time later. No, you're just going to do it because like I said, when you call them when it's pending, the value is even greater, right? Because now a listing is pending in their neighborhood. It's not just for sale. It's literally pending, right? And the third time is even better because now it's sold. They're going to remember that this person called me up. It was either they let me go easily and I didn't have to feel stressed about, getting off the phone with them, or they were just, very congenial, right? Whatever it is, we don't want to pressure them on that first phone call. That's why we do it 3 times. And I hope that makes sense for everybody. Yeah. Okay. Good feedback on that. Good. All right. And everybody else, a lot of people on this call today. Thank you everybody for joining us. Is everybody kind of getting that? Right. And that's why this right up here, right? Mail and call. I kind of walk you through the idea of putting together that list, right? So that's why these write up, I would highly recommend before I go, right? Before I go to market any listing, if I am not sure about everything I'm doing, please go back to listingsleads.com/250, find the playbook that you're dealing with, right? 1-1 or 1-2 in this case, or any playbook. And really, I'm going to highly recommend just read through it one time with the idea, without trying to ask questions in your mind, right? I know a lot of times we'll read through something and we've got this question in our mind, like, oh my God, I got a question. And you're kind of trying to answer that one. Don't do that. Read through this because, to be honest, I kind of anticipate most questions. Having done this for the last 13 years, I kind of know what most questions are going to be asked. So just read through with an open mind. And like, if I don't mention it, probably assume that it's not that relevant per se to get started. All right. So don't overcomplicate it, right? Read through this one time, right? I think it's a pretty good read. I mean, this is the kind of thing that people pay thousands of bucks or charge thousands of bucks for. But if you were to read through this, just go to Starbucks, grab a coffee, right? Spend 10 minutes, right? Don't try to stretch yourself out and read through it in 3 minutes. But I think you're going to find a lot of your questions that you may have had are answered. And then that way, when you go back into your account to actually do these items, it's going to make a lot more sense to you. If you get a listing that's further than you for market, well, Linda, I mean, yeah, that's a little bit outside the realm of what, we deal with. But, man, I've seen some agents, they take listings hours and hours away from them. It's funny because actually I was a real estate agent in San Francisco, and San Francisco agents, they barely will do outside of, the neighborhoods that they deal with. So San Francisco, 7 by 7 miles, right? So it's kind of a square, kind of a city. And man, most agents there do like 4 or 5 neighborhoods. And so if it was like a neighborhood on the other side of the city, they would probably refer it out half the time. Yeah. Yeah. And it may make sense. And there might be an agent in your office that you can co-list something like that with, that maybe they live a lot closer to that listing than you do. So, trying to schedule showings and inspections, could be a lot easier if you had an agent that was only 10 minutes away versus 30 or 40 or 50 minutes away. Right. So yeah, you might consider, even like co-listing with someone, if all they're going to do is, a few showings here and there, maybe you cut them in for like a flat fee or per, a percentage. But yeah, talk to your broker about that. All right. So here we go. Short form video scripts. I'm telling you right now, people, please, please, please get these done. All right. Free lead, free branding, free engagement. All right. I don't want to say free conversion, but if you do, let's go back to listeningtoleads.com/250. All right. Listeningtoleads.com/250. Playbook 5, short form videos. So there are really 4 categories of short form videos, right? Every listing status, every listing has a short form video. So whether it's playbook 1 for your coming soon and just listed active or open house listings, playbook 2 for the pending and just sold listings, right? We've got short form video scripts, and it doesn't have to be a listing. So if you are borrowing a listing to hold open this weekend, we've got a short form video script for you. If you got a listing that you're marketing that you are not holding open, like it's, you got permission from an agent to market one of their listings, go do a short form video for it, right? Because that short form video is going to be seen by your social media audience. That short form video can be seen by your database audience, right? If you're using something like BombBomb, right? You could do a short form video. You could use our short form video script, record your video, and get it out to your database. But the short form video scripts that we give you are literally one of the best ways to help leads get to know, like, and trust you. All right. In session 1, I go through quite a bit of detail on what a lead is, right? And the tools in Listings to Leads will help you engage and convert leads faster. Right. And I like going back to this because I just wanted to kind of keep in mind, a lead is just the contact information of someone who may or may not be interested in buying or selling, who may not be looking to buy or sell, today, tomorrow, a year in the future. But what a lead is an opportunity to carry on that conversation on as many platforms as possible. All right. And by platform, I mean your database is a platform, your Facebook group is a platform, phone calls or a platform, right? Every type of communication, every type of website that people interact on is a platform. But, these people don't know, like, or trust you. And that's okay, because all the tools, short form video scripts, for your database, for example, right? When you get into playbooks 3 and 4, we got the PDF guides that are really, really good for engagement and conversion. But we've got all these tools built in here for not just generating leads, but also to help engage and convert your leads. All right. And that's where those short form video scripts, that's one of the really cool things about those short form video scripts is It is your face. So I hate to break this to everybody, but yeah, your face is your face, right? We are who we are. So if we are embarrassed about ourselves and we cannot get ourselves to do a short form video, we might be in the wrong business. All right. So I need everyone to just buckle up, right? Buckle down and get these scripts out. They're so easy to do. They're so easy to do. And back at the short form video playbook write up, listingsleads.com/250, right? Playbook 5 short form videos. At the bottom here in this video, let me just show you. If I were to scroll that video, I would watch the whole video, but I do want to show for those of you that are a little bit like, well, how do I do this? I literally show you how to get that script on your phone, right? Just send it to yourself on your phone. And then I literally walk you through putting that in a teleprompter app and actually recording a short form video. So there's really no excuse of, well, I don't know exactly what to do or how to do it. Leah says your face won't change when you meet them, right? It won't. Unfortunately, it won't. Now, the only thing that may change is their perception from and I'm guilty of this, I think, as well, goodness gracious, of that profile headshot from being 20 years ago to when they meet you, right? At the listing or whatever. So yeah, that's the only thing I need to worry about. And yeah, I'm guilty as charged on that one, I think. But the point is, you're a beautiful person. You are all awesome people. Your audience needs you. All right. Buyers, sellers, they need good agents. All right. And this is going to help you get in front of more buyers and sellers, because if they get to know you, right, the script for the listings, awesome. The script for the PDF guides, awesome. And then we got the scripts for the social section, which I walked through in this video. And we got the script for local area reviews, which I walked through in this video. And then also, again, walk you through how to like literally get that script on your phone, how to record the video, right? It's all right there in the Playbook 5 write-up. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, yeah, there's so much good stuff for that. All right, let's see here. So let me ask you, my goal for this call is for everyone to feel a little bit more comfortable doing either Playbook 1-1 or Playbook 1-2. Does anybody feel like you're better off from having been with me on this call today? Because that's really my whole goal here. Leo says, I just did my open house for this weekend, posting it today. Exactly right. But I want that full week, right? Because especially like, for example, imagine it's already Tuesday. So I'm not going to be able to mail out, right? If I'm doing the nearby homeowner letter, I'm probably not going to have time to get that mailed before the open house. Now, if I literally get in the mail today, I guess you will. So, maybe think about door knocking or door dropping that nearby homeowner letter. You're kind of scrambling and you're like, God, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do this listing. It was kind of complicated and calling. I don't have Mojo Dialer or anything like that. Don't worry about it. Just get either the letter, the postcard, or the door hanger. Probably the letter, because it's the quickest to print and deliver. Just get the letter out. All right. If you get an open house this weekend, whether it's today, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, it doesn't really matter, right? Maybe you do it like in 3 or 4 tranches where I say, you know what? I don't have time to walk 100 homes today, but I could do like 20 or 30 today. And then I could do 20 or 30 tomorrow, and then 20 or 30 on Thursday. And that way I can knock it out in 3 different sessions of like a half hour each versus trying to do 2 hours all at once, right? But let me tell you something. Where there's a will, there's a way. And the ROI for listing leads doesn't get much higher than getting that letter in front of people and having conversations, right? And again, that's why if I door knock, right, I'm going to have more opportunities for conversations there. But if I'm not able to door knock, that's why I like the idea of calling after a mail, because I'm going to have even more conversations versus just mailing and waiting for people to call me. Right. But that does happen. It totally happens. And that's why I say you still get a B plus, even if you don't call. Even if you just mail them out or door knock, you get a B plus. All right. Yeah, I hear from people all the time. Yeah, I mailed out 100 homes. The guy like 2 weeks ago, I don't think he called anybody. He just mailed out, I think, 100 letters and already got one come list me call. Someone says, all right, Karen, awesome. Thank you. Michael, good for you, man. That is awesome. Good. Congratulations on that. I don't see where to get the playbooks. All right. Awesome. 1 second. Let's go back to the main listing dashboard. So for every listing in your account, you'll see right here, playbook 1-1. It's kind of that right under the listing address on the right side of the listing address. You'll see all these playbooks. Everybody see that? Now there's not one here for my listing presentation for obvious reasons, but all of the other ones have that. If you door knock and no answer, do you stick it in their door paper? Yeah. Yeah. Greg, exactly. Now, I know what some people have done is, man, and if I can find a link on Amazon or something, but they'll have like the clear bags with like a little hole for the door handle, and they actually stick the paper in that and then over the door handle. Right. Let me see real quickly here. I don't even know what I would share. Let me look at my other monitor. And it's already 11:01. I'll give it about 10 more minutes. And let's see here. Let me go to Amazon. Yeah, that's a great question, Greg. And let me do flyer plastic bag holder. Let's see what comes up. And actually, let me show you all some idea that I had for an open house. Actually, I posted this in the mastermind group, but give me a second here. Let me see. Oh, no. All right. Flyer, plastic bag holder, door handle. That one. Here we go. All right. Give me a second here. Boom. And yeah, I will put this link into, give me a second here. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to put this link in the GoToWebinar control panel. And I'm going to click send in a second. Goodness gracious. Boom. There we go. All right. Send to all. All right. Yeah. So take a look at that. That could be a really good idea or something like that, Greg. So that might be an option. And here's another one here from Michael. Let's see what Michael's got. Yes. There we go. Perfect. All right. And I'll send this link next. Yeah. Door knocker bags. That's, I guess, what you call them. And I'm sure they're probably like cheap as heck. Oh, can't be reached. I don't know. I don't know why. Does anybody ever have that problem? Like every time I click on a Google ad, watch this. This will break. So every on my computer, every ad, I always get that. And I've never understood why. Right. Ad, watch that be broken. Boom. Can't go there. Anyways, let me drop this link into the GoToWebinar control panel. Thank you, Michael. I'm just going to reply back with that same link. Yeah. Leah, you really don't need to put your card in there, and they probably wouldn't. Right. So let's go back and click on market listing for my open house. And I'll show you why I wouldn't. Nearby homeowner letter, excuse me. I'm just going to download coffee. Next time I need a bigger coffee cup for next time. So, all your contact information is there. And what I wouldn't want them to do is go, oh, I got their card. I'm going to throw away the paper, because I have heard from a lot of agents that the homeowners actually save this paper, and the paper has the link, the text code, the other link for the home value, and it's got my information right there. And so I'd rather them go, oh, this piece of paper has got some good information on it, right? I can text that link if I want to see the current price. I go to the URL, I can always get my home value at California dot, right? Every agent's got their own link right there. So I'd rather just have them focus on this piece of paper and hold on to this versus my card, right? Because the paper's got more information. But yeah, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Either way, again, we're arguing between like a B plus and a B plus minus plus plus. You're get it, get the letter to the homeowners. Throw in your card, awesome. Don't throw in your card, awesome. But yeah, can I change the link? Can I change the link on the paper for the QR code? Yeah, I'm not sure. If are you talking about this link right here? Yeah, like in here, I don't need a QR code, right? Because I've got the text information. So if you are not subscribed to a text service, we will use a QR code here. But the text is much better because if somebody sends a text, I'm going to get your phone number 100% of the time. If you scan a QR code, that's not the case. All right. Can you add, change, or any information for that? Yeah. So for the nearby homeowner letter, edit. So this sits in an editor. And so I can edit all of this. So you know that we're having, now I'll tell you, Dustin Fox, I was talking to him last fall. And so he does like a sushi spread layout type of thing. And so he actually puts that in the letter that, hey, we're going to have sushi. Like you got to be careful that you don't blow the letter into 2 pages because then, kind of in marketing, lead generation, that's few words as you can use to convey your message, the better. All right. If I start verbally just blah, 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 it's going to ruin the complete effect of this letter. So anytime you want to make a edit to this letter, just kind of keep in mind, right? You got to keep it short and sweet as possible. But like I said, you can totally go in there. You can add a few things, see how that works for you. But just again, the more you keep it the way it is, the better. All right. But at the same time, and in the beginning, I would just use it as is. So you can get kind of like a baseline feel, right, for how it's working for you. And then, add to it from there. All right. But yeah, you always want to, you want to take what we give you and put your personality and your stuff on top of it. But at the same time, remembering, there's the place to get more kind of like, I'm going to make it mine is once you get really good at the basics of it first. All right. So when you're kind of first learning all of the stuff, you're first kind of getting used to it, resist the urge to overcomplicate it and do all these tricks and great. I mean, trust me, there's no one better at overcomplicating things than I am. But having done this for the last 13 years and having really designed all of this to be as simple as possible while being as effective as possible, focus on getting good at what we're showing you, right? And then you can kind of start tweaking and playing around with your stuff as you get better at it. And hopefully that made sense. Would you use the nearby homeowner on new construction? Yeah, it depends. I mean, if every home in that area is new construction, like we got some areas around here where it kind of make no sense because there's really not even any single family homes around that new construction. Right. So almost kind of like a waste of time. But if it was like a new construction home, single family home in the neighborhood, well, then for sure. Right. But if it's a new construction building and the whole building is brand new and like it's other condos and homes around it, well, it might be a little more dicey because if I found a single family home that's been built for 23 years, I could really care less about your 1-bedroom new construction home that was built in 2022. Right. Your brand new condo and my 20-year-old single family home, there's nothing in common between the two of them. So yeah, you're gonna have to kind of just figure that part of it out. Michael says, I can't find the iPhone app. Huh? Mike, I don't really get what you mean. So for every script, right? Every script, they all kind of work the same way. So you're going to see the script, right? And you send it to yourself. All right. So I just sent it to myself. So on my phone, I'm going to open up the email, and I'll do it right here, but just keep in mind that you would do this on the phone. And then if you needed to, you could go to listeningtoladies.com/250, go to Playbook 5 short form videos, and you can see how I put this on my teleprompter app on my phone. You got the teleprompter app for iPhone right here. If you don't have one, you got a teleprompter app for Google Play. If you don't have one, right? I think they cost like 10 to 12 bucks. I would totally recommend it. And, if spending 10 to 15 bucks kind of makes you pause a little bit, that's totally fine. Use that energy to do all of these short form videos that we recommend. All right. You will get your money's worth. I promise you will get more than your money's worth within 2 weeks if you do the scripts. Now, if you just go get the teleprompter app and congratulate yourself for having downloaded a new app and paid for it, but don't do anything with it, then I really can't help you out. But if you actually go to listeningtoladies.com/250, right? Boom, right there. And I go to Playbook 5 short form videos. All right. You got your script for listings. You got scripts for PDF guides. You've got scripts for social. You've got scripts for local area reviews. And again, at the bottom of this page, I walk you through everything, including how to upload that to the script, to the teleprompter app, how to record the video, how to save the video. I walk through all of that stuff. Yep. Awesome. Yeah, Robin, it's kind of hard for me. I would get in the mastermind group, really, ask that question in the mastermind group, because you'd have to kind of get into it a little bit more to find out. But like I said, if all of those homes around the new construction are newer homes, is my homeowner audience that viable, right? I mean, have these people own the home for 5 or plus, is there a big enough pool of people? Because, when I go to pull a list of homeowners around my listing, I'm going to go, they've, owner occupied, that they've lived in the home for 5+ years. And I might do another filter, maybe that's just it, right? 5+ years, owner occupied, because I want to be able to talk, the non-owner occupied investor calls, that's a different list, right? But for the nearby homeowner letter, when I'm trying to talk to people that live in the neighborhood, right? I'm trying to pull a list, owner occupied, 5+ years, and has at least one phone number not on the do not call list. Unfortunately, that part I don't find out until after I do the skip tracing. But anyways, all right, everybody, listen, we've gone over time quite a bit. Are everybody good to go now? Any last minute questions I can answer in the next 30 to 60 seconds? But I want you to get so good with this that you can literally do all of these items in 15 to 20 minutes. Now, obviously, getting the letter out and the phone call, that's kind of a separate action item. But even that, if you do this every week, you will start nailing that and you'll start getting better at that as well. All right. Is everybody good to go? I will let everybody go then. Have a wonderful day today. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me on this call, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.